Let's talk about the things I love about Scotland. Scotland may be a small country, but it has a very, very big heart. I'm talking based on my own personal experience, please. Like I always say, your experience will definitely be different from mine, but with people I've spoken with, people I've discussed with who have lived in Scotland, even those that left England and came to Scotland, most of them have always said most of these things that they prefer Scotland. And one of the reasons why I'm making this video is just for you to have this information in case you're deciding, so you don't become like me. When I was coming to Scotland, I had no clue whatsoever. Actually, let's go back to how I landed in Scotland. What made me choose Scotland? Because I get this question all the time from my patients, from people that meet me. They be like, so why Scotland? So why did you choose Scotland? Of all countries in the world, why cold Scotland? My answer is usually I did not choose it. It was not intentional. I just decided to just pick my bag and I came here blindly. But I'm glad I've had no cause whatsoever to regret. So background story of how I came to Scotland. My employer back then, actually my agents that brought me then, agents were still allowed to bring people, assist them to process their UK process. And my agent told me, she said, Gloria, we've got spaces in. Normally, I originally wanted Ireland, Republic of Ireland, which is different from the UK entirely. But along the way, I changed my mind because UK process was easier. We can bring your family, and I had more information concerning coming to the UK. So I chose UK. So my brain, or what was in my mind, was if it is not Ireland, Republic of Ireland, it was going to be Northern Ireland. I just wanted Northern Ireland. But fortunately or unfortunately for me, the employer I came with did not have any branch whatsoever in Northern Ireland. So the only place they had branches or have care home is either England or Scotland. So I'm like, I don't want to go to England because I know everybody, most people that just want to go to England, everybody is saying England, England. So I thought I would rather just come to Scotland and see how it is. And I remember dropping a question on our nurses group on Facebook. I was asking, I'm like, please, who knows something about Scotland? How is Scotland? What should I expect? And the only thing someone told me was that it is darker, it is colder, and it is wet. I'm like, oh my God, should I be worried? Should I be scared? I'm like, why is it dark? Is it that there's no light? Is it that there are no street lights? It's like, it's just get darker. Like when it's still bright somewhere else in the UK, it is dark in Scotland. And sincerely speaking, first time, because when I first came into the country, I had to keep traveling back and forth to the head office to England for my OSCE preparation. All my preparations were all in England, so I was having to travel back and forth. And each time I get to Scotland, I can notice it's darker. And when I check my map, yes, we're actually in Scotland, and it's just a bit darker than England. It is colder. So all those ones, let's leave all those on. Anyway, let's talk about the reason why I fell in love with Scotland after living in Scotland for a few years. Personally speaking, I've said it, please, it is just my own personal opinion. When it comes to racism, personally, although I've made a video about racism and I've said racism in the UK generally is very subtle. It is very, very subtle. Like somebody may be a racist against you and you'll be wondering, was that racism or is it not? Like they'll not just come to you most of the time to come and put it in your face, but the things they will say, you now be wondering, is it racism or am I the one being overreacting? So racism generally in the UK is subtle as far as I know, but I have not had any serious problem with anyone in Scotland. Although everywhere in the world, somebody will be there that will not like you for some reason best known to their brain, but I've not really met people act racist to me. There are things that maybe I've been denied that I would have maybe thought they are racism, but sometimes as well, I just think about it that is it that it would have been the same if, I don't know. But what I'm saying is I've met lovely people. I've had lovely neighbors. I've not had anyone bother me. I've not had anyone disturb me. I've not had anyone criticize me. We talk together. We play in the office. Although sometimes I don't understand what they're saying, so communicating with them can be a bit difficult. But I've had nothing but love, nothing but welcome. Generally, I think Scottish people are friendly. I think Scottish people are more friendly, more receptive. And one thing I noticed about Scottish people, or why one other reason why I love Scotland, is that this mentality of superiority. I'm better than you, I speak better English than you, I know more than you. Superiority, I don't think the Scottish have it a lot, because I don't know, for some reason, even their English is actually not proper, like what you call British English. So we're in this together. Although they speak differently, it is difficult to understand them, but I've had nothing but love. Another thing I love, or that I fell in love with in Scotland, I don't know if it's the same everywhere in the UK, is the beautiful scenery. Wait, have you been to Scotland? Have you been to Scotland? You think I'm being proud? Have you been to Scotland? Have you seen Scotland? Scotland is beautiful, with beautiful history, beautiful castles, beautiful beaches, beautiful places, beautiful museums. History is very rich in its history, is rich in culture. For a tourist sense, I go to Edinburgh and see the number of people that troop into Scotland, into Edinburgh, to come and have a sightseeing. It's just beautiful. Scotland is very, very beautiful, at least to my standard. One other thing I know, I'm very sure 100% about Scottish people, is they don't take themselves seriously. Like, they can joke about anything. You don't need to insult them, you shouldn't be disrespectful to them, but they can joke about anything. Like, I can ask my patient that, when you're taking fall history, and like, did you have a fall last week, or did you have a fall yesterday? They're like, no, I was drunk, but not to that extent. And I promise you, when I fell, it wasn't the drink. Like, they will joke about almost everything. They will talk about themselves, and they're very obsessed with their weather. Like, if you see somebody in the morning, like, hello, good morning, are you all right? The next thing is, oh, rubbish day, it's cold, it's windy. They always moan about the weather. And when I say, why are you always moaning about your weather? They're like, Gloria, have you seen our weather? Have you seen our weather? So yes, Scottish people, I think, personally, I think they are more friendly. I think they are more welcoming. I think they are more open-minded. I don't know. When you ask someone, can you show me somewhere, they will point. They will try their best to show you, tell you where you can catch fun, direct me to things I need. I can't actually live, I don't think I can live anywhere in the UK apart from Scotland. The way I love Scotland, like, I love Scotland. And so many people that I've spoken to, so many people that have moved up here, they've agreed that Scottish people are good. In Scotland, there's something for everyone. If you like to party, if you like to be quiet, if you're outgoing, if you're gentle, whatever, there's something for everyone. And they have lovely festivals. Have you seen their festivals? Like, beautiful, good attires, even communities, they come together. Like my former place, they'll come together, do things on the streets. They take care of their environment. They just form these small units, like, and they take care of the community, protect nature. I think Scottish people are kind of friendly. They're friendly. And one other thing about Scottish people that I'm sure anyone that I've met, any Scottish person will agree with me, is their sense of humor. Like, no, like, I can't even meet up with them. I can't even meet up with them. There's some people that are nasty. There are some that are very, very nasty, but majority are nice. Prescription in Scotland is free, because I heard in England you have to pay for your prescription, but I know it's little, but it is something. Prescription is free. I know you say you've paid tax and those other things, and there's nothing that has advantages that do not have disadvantage, because I know you'll be like, why you're saying you love Scotland, what do you hate? There's definitely some things, or it's not actually hate, I won't say things I hate, so people will not come for me, will not come for my head, but it's actually things I do not like, that I wish is different, or I wish is better. One thing is the weather. The weather is rubbish. Like, the weather, it can be raining. You can be going out this morning and it's rainy, and you're dressed for the rain, and 5 minutes later there's sun. The next minute there's snow, and then it goes back. It's just back and forth. The weather is bipolar. The weather, by or fourth polar. Like the weather can be so unpredictable. The weather is but we're used to it anyway, but oh no, the weather can do better. One other thing I still don't understand the rationale behind why it's not happening is the fact that Scottish people or in schools they're not teaching the children their language. You know, Scottish people are actually not English. I hope you know that. And they have their own language, which is Gaelic. Although I've spoken to a few people, and one of them said, "Oh no, Gloria, if they had taught us Gaelic in school, I won't be in that class." But I actually think it would have been respectful to the culture in a way to preserve the language by teaching it in school. Just like in Nigeria, we teach French. Do you know in this country they teach them Spanish? They teach them French, but they don't teach them Gaelic, which is their own language, and then they teach them in English. So I just think I wish, like really, I really wish my son or my children are able to speak Gaelic. I have a patient that passed away in my current job, and I think he wrote that letter before he died, and he wrote something about my hospital, but everything he wrote was in Gaelic with the proper Scottish English, like instead of saying small, he would say we. Instead of like everything was so proper Scottish. Do you know how long it took us, even the so-called real Scottish people, do you know how long it took us to be able to translate and understand what that man wrote? It took us ages. I just wish they can teach Gaelic in school. Who am I? I'm just saying. Have you heard Scottish people speak? Have you heard the English? I mean, up to now, as I speak to you, there are times when they speak and I just do, because I don't understand what somebody have said. Like, I don't understand nothing. Nothing. I do not understand nothing that anybody had said. I'll just smile. And they'll be like, Gloria, you do not understand what I said. I'm like, yeah, I don't understand. The accent is so strong. And they don't, instead of two, they say they. Oh no, look, I can't be bothered. The accent is so strong. It's something I still struggle with. It's something I still do not fancy. I have to tell you, Scotland can be lonely. Like, it can be lonely. If you want to die in your room, you can die, roast, dry, and nobody will check on you. Nobody will even know that you're existing. It is lonely. It can be very lonely, especially if you don't have your maybe church community, your family, or your work, or you've not managed to make friends. Scotland can be lonely. Another thing I still do not appreciate is the smoking and alcohol habit. I know it is the lifestyle here. It's not in my place to say, it's not in my place to condemn. I'm just saying the things I just wishes. In this country, if you don't drink or smoke, it is you who's actually the you don't drink. You don't smoke. Unlike where I'm from, where if somebody drinks or smokes, you're like, you drink, you smoke. So it's a bit different. It's like the opposite. One thing I still do not fancy is the TV stations. Although I know it is not Scottish TV, it is British station. Most of those stations, sometimes the programs they show educational movies, educational programs, but sometimes I don't understand why the programs are so like that. I do not fancy some of the TV programs, so I just unsubscribe to Sky. I don't use Sky. I'm not related to Sky. I don't watch Sky TV. I don't watch British news. I just listen to whatever is going on in the world, and I'm not a fan of the TV station. So there's some TV stations, there's some TV programs that are nice, but some of them, especially if you have young children, are not the best. Being an African mom. So I hope I've been able to convince you that Scotland is beautiful. Give it a try, and I promise you, a try will convince you. Thank you. T for thank you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Scotland is beautiful. I know I'm giving this away. I know Scottish people will be angry now that I'm telling you about their country so that you can come and invade it. But come and invade it. I'm joking, please. Subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're already following this family. Do me a favor by just pressing that subscribe button. I don't know if it's here or here. Press it. It's free, oh. It's very, very free. Thank you so much. I will see you in another video. Until then, stay safe and visit Scotland. Bye.